Good morning, FlossTube. Do you recognize me? It's been a while since I blogged, but this is Sandy, the Sunroom Stitcher. Hi, coming to you from the gentle folds of the lilac thicket. As you can see behind me, everything's leafed out so beautifully. I was just admiring it the other day, how you think green is just plain old green, but each of the trees is different shade of green. It's just beautiful. And of course, my backyard here, it's like very secluded, with the exception of over here from Miss Donna's yard. But I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. There's like a grotto back there. Oh, see how lovely it is. It's just lovely. Yes, it makes me feel very isolated. And so, and as I was telling my mom yesterday, as much traffic as we get on the 3rd Street out front, that noise does not bleed through to the back of the house. Sometimes you'll hear it, but for the most part, no. So it is 71 degrees and we have 77% humidity. It's really humid today, right now anyway. And we do have right now a 30% chance of rain. So let me see here. It is Saturday and it's 9:52 in the morning, and it is May 27th. And Oren's at church and the dogs are inside, and I've been up less than a half an hour. You can probably tell by sleeping on wet hair. You get little funny things. At least I do. But oh, pardon me. Miss Donna's getting her yard poodooed. But yesterday I saw my first hummingbird of the season, and my first firefly, and it just delighted me to no end. I love the fireflies and I love the hummingbirds, and so I haven't been doing a lot of stitching out here because it's been overcast and sort of chillier, sort of clammy. But I moved out here yesterday. It was just a lovely day yesterday. So, anyways, let me do my perfunctory shout outs to my new subscribers. Let me do here. Forgive me. I had this pulled up and here we go. Let's start down here. Nicole L. Hi, Nicole. Welcome. And then we have Jeanette Burke-Holst. Hello, Jeanette. Jan Taldio. Hi, Jan. D. Abrams. Hi, D. Barbara Nelson. Hey, Barbara. And Itty Bitty Stitchy Brittany. Hello, Brittany. Welcome to my lilac thicket. If you like old fat faces that stitch really slow and are who is sort of boring, then you're in the right place. And I mean boring in a good way, because I was thinking about this the other day, actually yesterday, and I thought, your life is pretty much, what's the word I'm looking for? It is boring. It's simple and boring, and I don't need to be doing or going or to be happy. I'm just happy in the four walls of my home, and it's okay. It's all right. So, anyways, what has Sandy Joe been doing? Sandy Joe has been working on Destiny. Leslie. And hold on a second. I should have brought out the picture of it. Hold on for just a second. This is Destiny. And I am really moved by this. Notice that the toddler Jesus is playing with spikes, and his shadow is a cross, hence his destiny. But this, it's just in simplicity, it's just so beautiful, but I love it. And I looked for it and could not find it in cross stitch. And so I took a picture of it and made it into a cross stitch chart. And it's a big chart. I've had it written down right here. When it's finished, it'll be 18.5 by 28.5. So it's pretty big. Well, it's big for me. As you know, I'm a slow stitcher. So I started in the upper right-hand corner, I have to think. And I've just begun to, this is the beginning of where the window is, next to Joseph. So anyways, that's probably about 700 stitches, and I am a slow stitcher. There is a lot of, 1 or 2 offs in here, but I'm enjoying it very much so. And I'm just going to grid as I go along. And anyways, so Leslie, get busy. Leslie's doing it with me. Well, I've started. She hasn't. Remember, Leslie and I have a bet. If I finish it first, she comes here to the U.S. to visit me. If she finishes first, she comes to the United States to see me. So I win either way. Anyway, so this is what I've been working on. And I don't know why, but I was really hesitant about the black, and I chose the black fabric because there is so much black in this, and I thought that if I used black fabric, I would not have to stitch the black part of the design on the edges. If it calls for black in the center of the design, then I will. But as you can see, so much of this is all black. It's a lot. So anyways, we'll see how that goes. The worst that can happen is that I have to go back in and stitch the black. But that's why I chose the black, and I also was very reticent about it because, you know, I don't work on black very often, and I hear all the horror stories from people about working on the darker colors. And you know, I haven't found that at all. I've actually enjoyed it. This is the 28 count um, Joblin. No, Lugana. 28 count Lugana. And I love working on it. Now, I don't like working on scroll frames. I've tried and I don't like it. So I'm just doing it with a hoop. And it's working out just fine. The only thing is that this glob of fabric is very heavy. So, and what I'm doing is each day that I stitch, I change the color of my pencil. I mark it off so I can sort of get an idea of how much I do in a day, which probably isn't a lot. Yesterday was, let's see, yesterday was the blue. This blue and this blue. This blue, where is it? This blue over here. And this blue over here where the window is going to be. Now, because of the way that I tried to enlarge the pattern because some of the symbols are very confusing, and since my printer isn't really high quality, some of the symbols, it's a 5 looks like a S. And so what I did was I tried with my printer to enlarge the design, and I couldn't. So I enlarged it on the screen of my computer, and I did a print screen. And I enlarged it to where I wanted, and I did a print screen, and then I printed that off. And that's how I'm going to proceed, and it really does make a difference. So those finer ones, like the 5 and the S, they're still, I mean, you have to look closely, but you can definitely tell a difference between them. So anyways, that's my destiny, and that's my progress on it, and I'll be working on that for the rest of my life. But I absolutely love it. And there's about, how many colors? I think there's about 80 colors. But that's good, because since there is no back stitching, that will really give it definition, all those different colors. But something on the baby Jesus that I didn't notice right away is it's looks like a halo up there. It's just sort of faded out, like there's a glow above his head. And yeah, I love it. So anyways, enough about the love of my life. Let's see. Really, I've bought at Stitching Bits and Bobs. They had their Peacemaker needles on sale, and that's my favorite needle. Peacemakers. So I'm using a 22 count needle to do it's my favorite because it feels substantial in my hands. And in doing Destiny, I cut a piece of foam core board. And when there's still floss left on the needle when I get done with it, I poke it in the foam core board and draw the symbol and put the floss number. And that way I don't have to rethread every time. I can just pull it out and go. So, yeah, I like that idea and it works well. So the next thing I wanted to share with you, anyway, I got cut off on that. So I needed more needles. I did need more needles, and I looked on Stitching Bits and Bobs, and they had a clearance section, and I found some Just Nans that I didn't have, and so they were marked down pretty good. There were 3 of them that I wanted, and there was one. They even had a couple of the classroom projects. I think they had Golden Heart, Gold Heart, Heart of Gold, and Blue Moon, and it was like $18 for them. Wasn't much. In fact, it was, I don't remember how much I paid for the classroom projects when they were doing them at the cross stitch shop. But anyway, very good price, the limited amount. I already had those 2, so it was, I was almost tempted to get them, but then that's foolish. I already have them. I wasn't going to resell them or anything, but I guess hoarding. That's that hoarding mentality, huh? Okay, so, but I ordered 3 of those, and I think I didn't pay more than $6 for one of them. I think that was the most one was. Pardon me, I need to take my medicine. Hold on. Okay. So, I was excited about that. And I was also last night looking online again at Etsy. You have to be careful. Some of them, and I typed in Just Nan, and some of them were real reasonable, like $4 and $5, and some of them were outrageous, like $50. So, anyways, I was just looking. Well, this is, I also, at Nordic Needle, I had placed an order for some stuff that they had a sale. What was it that I got? I think it was just 2 charts. I don't remember what they are, but this is called Thread Magic, and it is, I guess quilters use it. It's like Thread Heaven. Oh no, I got this at CC & Company. That's where I got this. And it was $8, which is considerably more than the Thread Heaven is. And I really liked the little container that it was in, and I wanted to see if it was worth that much more than Thread Heaven. I do like it better than the Thread Heaven, but not $5 more. So, but I really like the container. Take the lid off. That's the container. It's a little round thing. And I thought when I get done with this, I could put the Thread Heaven in it and use it the container with the thread heaven, but I do like it better than the, so they have different types of containers. They have one that's a cube. It's up here. And like you could stick it on your sewing machine, or you could stick it on something else, but I thought that was really clever. But Kathy only had this container, and I just wanted to see, and like I said, I like it a lot better. Thread Magic, and it's by Taylor Seville Originals. Acid free, strengthens thread for long life, eliminates static, prevents tangling and fraying, does not melt or freeze, safe for all threads and fabrics. You're supposed to put this on the top of your sewing machine and place the thread under the glob of stuff, and then sew, and it'll automatically go through. How clever is that? Yeah. Hypoallergenic formula. Very cool. Okey-dokey. We have a baby chipmunk. Chip and Monk had a Squirt, and Squirt was running around underneath all this foliage here, scampering and scurrying and all of that. And yesterday, he's really cute. Okay, so thrift shop. Yay! You know how I love my thrift shop. I found this lovely hoop. It was $1, and if you notice, it doesn't have a spring on it. I like that. And it's got like a felt piece around the inside to help with the tension and hold the fabric in the hoop. I love it. It's a perfect size for me. This could be my magic mirror and my new subscribers. Or this could be my Leslie finder. Leslie! I found this really, I don't quilt, but I saw this witch on here, and I thought it was so cute. So I bought the magazine for 50 cents, and I'm going to take it to Stitch Group next Tuesday and see if somebody wants it. What is neat, this is like primitive quilts in here, and I love it. I love the quilts in here. So anyways, I got that. When we were very, very little, my mother, not very little, when I remember my mother reading to us up through my 13 or so, but I always loved the sound of my mother's voice, and she used to read us the most delightful stories. And one of the stories that she wrote, that she read to us, I believe the name of it is Search for the Holy Grail. And Mom does not remember that reading us that, And I have searched and searched and searched for that book. It's probably not even in print anymore. I believe it was a children's book, but it was fascinating to me. Absolutely a fascinating book to me. Well, I still haven't found it, but I thought, when I was in the thrift shop, The Silver Chalice by Thomas Costain. It's got a copyright of 1953 on it, in it, but it is an adult novel, and so it's got a map in the cover. So I thought I would read it, and yeah, the richest man in Antioch, by common report, was Ignatius, the dealer in olive oil. He had groves that extended as far as the eye could see in every direction, and he lived in a marble palace on the colonnade. He had been born in the same Pisidian village as Theron, who supported his family by selling inks and pens made from the split ends of reeds. Theron found it hard to support his family in a one-room lodging a quite considerable distance away from Colonnade. I'm going to read this. It sounds fascinating to me. But it's got a map of Jerusalem and Rome and the Mediterranean. So that's something. Sandy bought, this was $1, and it was a silk handkerchief with isn't that beautiful? And I've been collecting handkerchiefs, pretty handkerchiefs, because I want to make a panel for the window. But this, you could actually use this as a doily too. I can't imagine blowing my nose in silk, but it is so soft. So that was one thing. This is the next thing. This was it says it's a dresser scarf, and it was $3. And it's about 4 feet long. And I believe that this is probably a stamped cross-stitch design. And I'm going to put this on my dining room table. But I absolutely love this. Isn't that pretty? In golden browns. I love it. And it's not stained at all. Not at all. So that's. Now these finds are over the course of 2 or 3 weeks. And I love this. This was $3. Here, I found a piece of paper. Hold on. I absolutely love this. Look at all the different little flowers on it. It's so pretty. Yeah. Oh, that's just so pretty and so delicate. And it is a little frayed there. Can you see that? That's okay. Just have to be extra gentle and loving with it. Then I had also found, this was $1. And I love that. I'm gonna put it up in my kitchen. And it's colorful, and actually the stitching is really, it's well stitched. It's on Aiden. Kiss the cook. This I love. Look at that beautiful stitching on there. And I paid $3 for this. I love the odd frame on it. And there's a little ding up here, but I thought I could use a brown magic marker and fill it in so it's not so noticeable. But on the back, it says, "To Mom, love at Christmas and always, Tracy, 1991. And I think maybe the same person that stitched this, because they get like estates in from elderly people who have died there in the John Knox Village, and so these were grouped together, so I think it's probably stitched by the same person, but I can't say that for certain. So Tracy has a last initial of S, so TS, but she's done a beautiful job, and I have no idea who that designer is. It may have come as a kit because of the frame. I don't know. But it is an oddly shaped frame. And I think that they needed to be rescued. She framed it herself, so. The back of it's got a little bit of water damage on the cardboard. But the front of it is just fine. But isn't that the sweetest? It is. It's sweet. I couldn't let it sit there. And this is a little tiny spoon. And Marsh and Hoffman. It was $1. And it's tarnished, so it's probably real silver. Sterling. Really can't read. You can't see the design very well on there. But I had seen crafts and stuff using spoons. There's a colonial looking man with a long pipe, smoking a long pipe on here. And it says Albany. Oh, and this part here is a fish. Very unusual. So those were my beautiful finds from the thrift shop over the course of the past 3 weeks. And, oh, there's one other. They have cards and gift wrap and stuff. And I found this wrapping paper, and I fell in love with it. And they're individual sheets rolled up into a roll. And they're like 5 sheets, and it was 50 cents. But I love the floral design on it. Isn't that pretty? And it says Charmcraft on the corner of each sheet. But what I did was I wrapped my mom's binoculars for Mother's Day up in that, and I had some pretty peach ribbon that I had purchased at the same thrift shop years ago, and I put a bow around it, and it was just the most beautiful little package. and gave it to her. But I love this wrapping paper. It's hard to find beautiful wrapping paper like this now. I don't know. I like vintage stuff. It's just, to me, it's delicate and feminine, and my mother has started making dresses for my great niece. She and I lament all the time how they seem to be unisexing clothes, and not only that, some of the styles for the little girls, they make them look like whores. I mean, who wants their little girl to trot around with suggestive words on their rear end? Seriously. The dresses are ugly, and so my mom's made some 2-3 dresses for Roseland. Really cute dresses, so cute. She did an excellent job. So, but yeah, we were lamenting that fact. What are you looking at, you? You Noah-like dog, you? Huh? You want to come up here? You want to say hi to everybody? Do you? Where are you? Hold on just a second. Look who's here for a visit. This is Noah. Say hello, Noah. Say hi. Yeah, you're showing them how that tongue works. Say hi, Nose. Hi. Say hi. Are you Mama's boy? Hmm? Are you Mama's boy? Yes, you are. Oh, there's a bunny. Oh, there was a grackle out there yesterday, and I'd never seen a grackle behave this way. But I think he was courting, and he puffed himself up, and he had his wings out like peacocks do. And female didn't like it very much. She kept rejecting it, but it was quite the scene. He'd flutter his wings and puff himself up, and he was a lot bigger even before than the female. So, and the bunnies out there, and you know, I thought, those are ugly bunnies, and then I thought, no, they're so pretty. But there was a bunny up here by the window, and I thought, you know what? God has camouflaged it to look like the soil and stuff so that it's not taken by predators. His nose is out there twitching away. His big eye is looking at me. So that is, let's put you down there. There you go. Enough of stealing my show. Yeah. Okay, so let's get to some big doings here, which would be, where is my, oh, don't say I lost it. Hold everything. Freebies. Y'all seem to really like the freebies that I tell you about. So I've got quite a little list going here of freebies for you. First of all, I'm trying to, yeah, there's quite a few of them. It's about 12 of them. Leslie Tier, leslietier.com blog. Now all of the links are down below. There is some really cute freebies. They're small, but you're going to love them. The latest one is, it says a rose, a very simple flower motif, and it's pink. William Morris is the designer. And on the 20th of May, she had a little birdhouse, little bluebird flowers on top of it, and it says "with love." Very cute. You must go there and check those out, darling. And the second one is Stitching Dream Blogspot. It is, come on, she has like little primitive freebies, and the current one is darling. It's "You Are So Loved," and it's some birds, a mama bird and 4 babies on a branch with some tulips. Cute as it can be, and that is darling. Yes. And next, let's see here. La Comtesse Les Points de Cross. And this one, I'm a looking. You have to hunt for these throughout it. The last one that she gave is like a little circle, a little wreath of flowers, and there's a little tiny chick inside of it. Really cute, simple. It would work up really quickly for the freebie stitch along, which I have not started on mine yet. And I did sign up to get the new Just Cross Stitch Halloween issue with my cross stitch shop, CC and Company. The next one is By the Babbling Brook. Come on. And this is a very sweet, blog, and on the left she has labels, and there's a freebie label, and you click on it, and it could be quilting, it could be stitching. That looks like felt, freehand stitching, crocheting. Do go visit Babbling Brook. You know what I'm gonna do? Let me do this. I'm going to put you guys on pause, and I will be back with you in your time very, very shortly. guys, I'm back. So I'm a little more organized than I was. Okay, so anyways, the next place to go for some nice free cross stitch designs is and she stopped designing for a while, and that's Pamela Kellogg, and it's Kitty and Me Designs. Looks like she's designing, pardon me, cross stitch again, but she has, ooh, and I lost her. She has some really cute little designs to capture. Oh, there she is, there she is, there she is. If you go down, if you just, she's got a never-ending sampler stitch along going now, and it really is interesting. It really is. I imagine you could change colors, or use different colors, but she's got different stitches and stuff like that. Very, very, I love Pamela Kellogg. I do. I love her. Her designs of past. The next place I'm suggesting that you go is birdcrossstitch.com. She has a small cross stitch patterns of birds, butterflies, and she's got Texas blue bonnet cross stitch pattern. Very, very small. They might make really good pendants, or they're just small motifs. So please visit there. And then there's Nancy Spruance, and she has several really cute designs. Christmas trumpets, autumn leaves, bunnies, jonquils, iris, hearts. These you could probably, those are like a corner. The iris is like a corner border. So you could actually use those as to make a doily or something like that. Very neat. The next one is the Karen collection. They have free patterns from their magazines and other designers. I believe that there's, let's see, there's just some from Fine Lines magazine, Mary Hickmott, Gail Bicknell from Needlepoint Now, Donna Yen. Here's something from Sampler, Sampler and Antique Needlework Quarterly, Tony. Just go explore there. That's the thing about, that's the key to finding all these freebie sites. Just explore, click on links and see where it'll take you. Crossed Wing Collection is the next one, and she has a Christmas cardinal, which is very, very pretty. It's a small design. She has an owl, a great gray owl, very cool, and a Anna's hummingbird. You know I love my hummingbirds. So there's another one to check out. And then we have Ellen Maurer Stroh. And she got sick, and I don't think she's designing anymore. But you used to be able to become a member to her boards, and you can't even get in there anymore because I'm a member of the boards. But she has down at the bottom of the page, there's links to other pages on her site, and there's a freebie, and projects for the project 2012. There's freebie. Just explore in there, and you'll find she's the one that did the animal babies. Okay, next is countryliving.com. And I don't want to sign up. Hold on. These are simpler patterns, but there's a pig and a bicycle with a basket of flowers on it, and a barn and an owl. These might be good for like beginner, but definitely worth checking out. There's a pretty autumn tree, and there is one of the United States, and each of the states is a different color. That's sort of cool. And so check that out. The next one is, come on, Alita cross stitch patterns. Now this is one that you really do have to go visit. I can't believe some of these are that all of these are free, but she has categories: animals, baby, Christian, Christmas, decorative, designs, Easter, flowers, greetings, patterns containing greetings, sayings, and quotations. Then she has landscapes, and those are big ones. Doesn't look like there's any back stitching on those. And then she has portraits and Valentines. So yeah, she's got a beautiful eagle, American eagle on there. So check her out, enjoy her. And this one is Rick Amando, and let's see here. This is a link to waiting on my computer, sorry. All kinds of fun goodness. It looks like okay, it looks like this is got different kinds of crafts and stuff on it. There are some, and they give you the links to some of those. There's it's different crafting techniques, but there are some cross-stitch stuff on there. And definitely like that page, share that page, you know, gaze upon that page. All right, and then the next one is Blogspot, and it's actually, she's a Russian designer. Her style of designing is very unique, but she's got some really interesting things on here, and you gotta check it out. And I think you can translate this. I think there's a translate button up on the upper right hand corner, and you can translate it into English. But she definitely worth following and checking it out. Beautiful stuff, and it's unique and unusual and fun. All right, and what am I missing here? I'm missing, hold on a second. One didn't come up. Nope, I guess that's it. So those are all the links that I have for you today for free designs. As I said, I think the key to finding these things is just to explore. Now, you will find that a lot of these places aren't kept up anymore. Links might not work, stuff like that. But some of the would you hush? Definitely, it's worth, and it's fun. You can spend a whole day doing it. I know, I've done that. So I've got the links below. Also, I have them on my blog spot. And so you can go over there and you can click on the links and it'll take you wherever. Okay, so I think that I've bored you long enough. This is 55 minutes. This is ridiculous. But, oh, the sun's come out. After 3 weeks, I guess I have a lot to say, don't I, Leslie? You know I blather on. And there's one thing I wanted to share with you before I go. And I get the Bible Gateway verse of the days. And this one I've been waiting to share with you because this world we have is so chaotic. Just craziness. Especially like with what happened in Manchester. And of course, EBS Warrior lives in Manchester. So, yeah, Carrie, she does. This is from the Bible, Romans 15:5-6. May the God who gives endurance and encouragement give you the same attitude of mind toward each other that Christ Jesus had, so that with one mind and one voice you may glorify the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. Like that. So, with that, I'm going to wish you all if you're here in the U.S., I'm going to wish you a wonderful Memorial Day. My mom is going out to the cemetery to put a flag on my brother's grave. My brother was in the Air Force, and he worked on the fighter jets in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And my dad was in the Coast Guard. And before that, when I was born, he was in the Navy. But my dad's buried in Sam Houston National Cemetery in Texas. My uncle was in the Army and was in the Navy. My uncle was in Desert Storm, as were 3 of his sons, Stephen and Craig. No, Stephen and Chris. Craig wasn't in Desert Storm, but he was down in Panama. So, yeah, and then, yeah, and then my great-grandfather was in the Civil War, and then I had several Revolutionary War ancestors, direct ancestors. So, anyways, it's a good holiday to remember all of those that gave us the freedom to cross-stitch or not to cross-stitch, to pray or not to pray. So, anyways, I'm going to wrap this up. We're almost at 1 hour, and I'm so sorry. But I love all of you very much, and I do love you very much. Till next time, God bless.